Last year we were in Puerto Rico and we were on the beach, sun going down, beautiful red bursting sun dropping golden coins into the ocean, and I was eating a mango, and it was sticky and sweet, and Teresa's rubbing my back real gentle, and sometimes her hand would come down to my ass. And someone on the beach is playing a 12-string mandolin, and a little girl is singing in this high stratosphere voice, pure and brown like your skin. These golden flecks around her greenish eyes, like she'd been kissed there by the sun's miniature lips, little kiss tattoos around this solar system of her mulatto eyes, her voice bathing me in warm, fat notes, ancient notes, full of slavery and passion. And I asked myself as I stood there on the beach, why am I not happy here? Well, why don't I stay here and live like this the rest of my life? Why, God, isn't this enough? And I realize now my ambition was like a disease in my system. This disease was commanding me to leave paradise and to kill myself with work. 24 hours a day, and even if this disease destroyed me, I had to obey it. It wouldn't let me go. No matter how much I drown it in mangoes and music and sun showers.
Juan, do you hear?
Another minute.
Oh, my darling.
Ay, is that the sun?
I'll make some coffee.
If I'm not the first one there, the whole day is shot.
Do you remember when we were first married? Breakfast in bed?
I remember.
Butter and ham, warm bread, endless week of nowhere to be. And we climbed on the roof in the rain.
And who's gonna bring in the crop if I'm on the roof dancing? Where are my socks?
Here. Stay a little.
Cool, just stand around until I get there.
One kiss. Eat something.
I'll eat on the way.
A glass of milk. One little egg.
I'm late.
Well, I'm late too.
You're late. You're late?
I wasn't going to tell you. I was going to wait.
You're late. Here's you sit down, get off your feet. You drink milk, you eat.
You eat. You're too skinny.
I'm strong enough to get the job done.
I'll fatten you up.
I thought there was something different about you. All month, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I thought she seems different. You know, what's she hiding? But I never thought that.
It's 5 days late.
So it's early.
I know it's bad to tell so soon, but I don't believe in superstitions. And I'm never late, not even a minute.
5 days.
I couldn't keep it in.
You sure?
Don't be like that. Dandelions break through cobblestones when they get enough rain. And people still talk and say weeds are no good for anything. But I see them swaying their yellow heads in the air, singing, I am. Juan,
Anything?
I love you.
You love me.
I know girls who shook and cried before they went to bed with their husbands. Did I cry the first time I went to bed with you?
No, you held up the blanket and sang.
And didn't I tell you these sheets smell like apples?
That's what you said.
I I couldn't wait to get out of the house and start a family of my own. I was the happiest bride ever. And now it's finally happening. 24 months waiting, Juan.
What do you need? Tell me, and I'll bring it to you. Sheepskin slippers? Fresh cream? Stay off your feet today.
There's too much to do.
It's hot out. I don't want you running around.
You're right. There's a lot to do right here. You were there,
I was
spying,
listening.
then you heard.
Everything.
So what?
It's time for me to speak now, too.
Say it.
I have a bitterness in my throat.
And I in my bones.
I can't anymore. This endless lament for things that won't ever happen, for things that we have no control over.
My fate?
For things that don't matter to me. Do you hear this? For things that I don't care about.
That's what I needed to hear from your lips.
I have to tell you plain. What matters to me is what I can hold in my hands, what I can see with my eyes.
You can't see truth when it's inside you, but oh, how it roars when it gets out. You don't care. And now I've heard you.
It has to be this way. Listen to me, so many women would be happy to have your life. Without children, life is sweeter. I'm happy we don't have them. It's not our fault.
Then what were you looking for with me?
For you. Just you.
Just me?
Looking for home and peace and you.
And nothing more? Is it true what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the rest, and your son.
Don't you get that I don't care about that? He doesn't exist. Don't ask me again.
You never thought of him when you saw how much I wanted him?
I hoped and waited for you. Always for you.
Now I have no hope.
None.
You either?
Me either. Accept it.
Barren.
We'll live sweetly.
Barren.
We'll live for pleasure.
For each other?
For what I can hold in my hands.
Your body.
Hold me in your hands.
My body in your hands.
You are so beautiful in the moonlight.
I'm just this body. That's all I'll ever be. How can that be enough for you?
Kiss me. Take me. Here, like this. Like you want me.
I do want you.
Only me.
I will always want you.
Devour me. Break my heart. I want you to destroy me.
Ugh, I can't believe I'm 35.
Would you believe I'm 35?
I'm still mad at you,
I know.
but I don't want to be.
Well, I don't want you to be mad at me either. We only have so many days together. I want every day to be a happy one.
Oh my god. You don't want me to go to Cordovia.
What?
Do you have any idea how it feels when you say shit like, oh, we only have so many days together?
Ugh, what?
Diane, I love waking up next to you.
Uh,
I wish every day could be like this.
yeah, but
Just the two of us together. Do you have any idea how that feels when I'm trying to plan my trip?
okay, you got me. Maybe I don't want my wife, whom I love, to go off on a terrifying 6-month tour of the most war-torn, disease-splattered corners of the planet with a charming, handsome, billionaire bachelor. What could I be thinking? I'm such a terrible husband.
I'm not happy
Me?
I don't know. With everything. I wake up in the morning and I feel like I have no purpose. And I'm 35. If I don't make some kind of change in my life, then this is how I'm going to feel forever.
Honey,
But then I think about Sebastian St. Clair and going to work with him, helping people, and making a difference. And then I feel like I have a reason to get out of bed.
I didn't know you felt that way. If you told me that, I would have heard it.
Mr. Peanut Butter, you know I love you and think you're a good dog. Yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. And I love your cute, funny face, but I don't want to be one of those couples that settle into a routine and never changes.
Well, I don't know what to say. Because I'm an old dog and I'm not going to change. Do you know what I do while you're at work all day? I mostly just sit over there. Sometimes I pretend to dig a little hole and then I take a nap. And when I hear your car in the driveway, it is the best part of my day. I mean, I go insane.
I know, and I love you so much, but you're never going to be my only priority like that. That's just not how I'm wired. I need to also live my life.
Well, okay.
Is it okay if I change and try new things and you still love me? And you stay the same person you've always been, and I still love you.
Uh, yeah. That sounds good to me. Does that work for you?
Yeah, I think that works. Just don't throw me any more surprise parties, okay?
Yeah. Noted.
I can't believe you got me a ball pit.
You're saying that no part of you wants to go jump in that ball pit right now?
Maybe a little. Does that make me a hypocrite?
No. It just means that you've changed. It's one of the things I love about you.
Edmund grabs the bottle and pours a drink. Jamie enters.
Sneaking one, eh? Cut out the bluff, kid.
No.
You're more interactive than I am.
Yes. I grabbed one while the going was good.
That's better. Why kid me? We're pals, aren't we?
I wasn't sure it was you coming.
I made the old man look at his watch. I was halfway up the walk when Kathleen burst into song. Our wild Irish lark. She ought to be a train announcer.
That's what drove me to drink. Why don't you sneak one while you've got a chance?
I was thinking of that little thing. You know, the old man's talking to old Captain Turner. Yes, he's still at it.
He comes back and takes a drink.
And now to cover up from his eagle eye.
He measures 2 drinks of water and pours them into the whiskey bottle and shakes it up.
There. That fixes it.
He pours water in the glass and sets it on the table by Edmund.
And here's the water you've been drinking.
Fine. You don't think it'll fool him, do you?
Maybe not, but he can't prove it. I hope he doesn't forget about lunch listening to himself talk. I'm hungry. That's what I hate about working down in front. He puts on an act for every damn fool that comes along.
You're in luck to be hungry. The way I feel, I don't care if I ever eat again.
Listen, kid, you know me. I've never lectured you, but Dr. Hardy was right when he told you to cut out the red eye.
Oh, I'm going to after he hands me the bad news this afternoon. A few before then won't make any difference.
Well, I'm glad you've got your mind prepared for bad news. Won't be such a jolt. I mean, it's a cinch you're really sick, and it would be wrong dope to kid yourself.
I'm not. I know how rotten I feel, and the fever and chills I get at night are no joke. I think Dr. Hardy's last guess was right. It must be the damn malaria come back at me.
Maybe, but don't be too sure.
Why? What do you think it is?
How should I know? I'm no doc. Where's Mama?
Upstairs.
When did she go up?
Oh, about the time I came down to the hedge, I guess. She said she was going to take a nap.
You didn't tell me that she...
Why should I? What about it? She was tired out. She didn't get much sleep last night.
I know she didn't.
That damned foghorn kept me awake too.
She's been alone upstairs all morning, huh? You haven't seen her?
No, I've been reading here. I wanted to give her a chance to sleep.
Is she coming down to lunch?
Of course.
No, of course about it. She might not want any lunch. Or she might start having most of her meals alone upstairs. That's happened, hasn't it?
Cut it out, Jamie. Can't you think about anything but... You're all wrong to suspect anything. Kathleen saw her not long ago. Mama didn't tell her she wouldn't be down to lunch.
Then she wasn't taking a nap?
Not right then, but she was lying down, Kathleen said.
In the spare room?
Yes, for Pete's sake, what of it?
You damned fool! Why didn't you stick around? Why did you let her go upstairs alone?
Well, because she accused me, and you, and Papa, spying on her all the time, and not trusting her. She made me feel ashamed. I know how rotten it must be for her. And she promised on her sacred word of honor.
You ought to know that doesn't mean anything.
It does this time.
That's what we thought the other times. Listen, kid. I know you think I'm a cynical bastard. But remember, I've seen a lot more of this game than you have. You didn't know what was really wrong until you were in prep school. Papa and I kept it from you. But I was wise 10 years or more before we had to tell you. I know the game backwards. And I've been thinking all morning about the way she acted last night when she thought we were all asleep. I haven't been able to think of anything else. And now you tell me she got you to leave her alone upstairs all morning.
She didn't! You're crazy!
All right, kid. Don't start a battle with me. I hope as much as you do I'm crazy. I mean, I've been happy as hell because I'd really begun to believe that this time she's coming downstairs. You in on that? Guess I'm a damn suspicious louse. Damn. Wish I'd grabbed another drink.
Me too.
Hello.
Hello there, pretty thing. Where are you headed?
I just brought my husband his supper. He's out in the vineyard.
Have you been married long?
5 years.
5 kids?
Oh, no, we don't have any yet.
You'll have them.
You think so?
Why not? I brought my husband his food too. He's old, still works. I've got 9 sons, all like the sun in the sky. But since I have no girls, here I am running all day long back and forth. Smoke?
Oh, no, thank you.
Good, because I don't carry 2 pipes.
You live on the other side of the river.
At the mill. Your face is familiar. But at my age, everyone's is. I recognize people, but I can't remember why. Who do you belong to?
I'm the daughter of Enrique the shepherd.
Enrique from the Valley! I knew him! Good people. Get up in the morning, work up a sweat, eat some bread, and die. Carnivals are for other people, creatures of silence. I could have married your uncle. But I've always been a woman with my skirts in the air. Straight to the slice of melon, the fiesta, the honey cake. I used to run to the door at dawn thinking I heard guitars, but it was only the wind. You'll laugh at me. I've had 2 husbands, 14 children, 5 died, and still, I'm not sad. I'd like a whole lot more life. Here's what I say. Fig trees, they last so long. Houses, they last so long. And us, wicked, wicked women, ground to dust in the blink of an eye.
I'd like to ask you something.
Me? I don't know anything.
But I've been wanting to talk to an older woman for so long because I want to understand. Yes, you have to tell me.
What?
What you know. Why am I dry?
Oh, honey.
Am I supposed to waste the prime of my life feeding chickens and hanging fussy little curtains in fussy little windows? No, you have to tell me what I must do, and I'll do it, whatever it is.
I turned head over tail and sang. Children flowed like water.
Some nights I go out in the yard barefoot and walk in the mud. I don't know why. Sometimes I think I'll end up going bad.
Look at you! Beautiful body! Nice face. You take one step and a block away, the stallion's knicker, ripe enough to burst.
What am I doing wrong?
Listen. Do you like your husband?
Yes.
Do you want him? Do you want to be with him?
Of course, I like him.
Don't you tremble when he gets a little too close to you? Don't you get a little when he looks at you? Don't you flush when you feel his breath on your cheek? Tell me.
He's a good man.
But he's never bad? Not even when you dance.
One doesn't dance.
He never pulls you close, a little too tight, and your heart breaks a little. Someone did. I can see it in your eye.
One time, maybe. There was a boy I grew up with.
Tell!
He took me by the waist, and I couldn't say anything because I couldn't breathe. Another time, the same boy, I was 14. He was a brawny kid. He picked me up to cross over a stream, and I shook so much my teeth rattled. I was sick for 3 days after. But I've always been shy.
And with your husband?
My husband works hard. He's honest and good, like my father wanted. I said yes. I was happy. That's the whole truth. And so from the first day we were promised, I thought family. And I saw myself in his eyes. Yes, that's right. But I was seeing myself very small. And manageable and good. Like I was my own daughter.
Men have to be enjoyed, honey. They have to undo our braids and give us water to drink from their own mouths. Soak us to the skin. Live for pleasure. It won't last forever.
Is that gonna fill me up? Chasing a momentary flash my whole life?
But it turns out you're empty.
Not empty, no. I'm filling up. With what? Tell me, is it my fault? Are you supposed to look for nothing in the man except the man himself? Then what are you going to do when he leaves you in bed, staring at the ceiling and rolls over and falls asleep? Are you supposed to think about him, or what can come shining out of your own body?
You'll learn about the choices that make up a woman's life.
What choices?
Don't act so innocent.
I'm not playing a game.
Here's what I see. Pretty girl, fertile flesh, no child. What's wrong? Don't make me say what I'm thinking.
But I love my husband.
You love him? Good for you. It doesn't have to hurt his feeling. Take a lover that looks like him.
What about my honor?
Well, now you want two things?
I couldn't live with myself. Never.
Time has a way of wearing down never to just this once.
I have faith.
Faith in what? There's no faith when it comes to making a child. Just a man and a woman at a shining bed.
I'll trust in fate then.
To hell with fate. If you want something, then take it. There's not a force on this earth, not God nor devil, that can stop a woman with a mission. There's a tiny, irritating devil with a tiny, irritating pitchfork at every crossroads, but he can't turn us all back.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, I do. Don't be sad. Hope. Plus, what am I supposed to do about it?
I know that all is war, but you must listen to me. Astolfo has discovered who I am, and it's obvious he's chosen to trample my honor because he continues to meet with Estrella in the garden at night. I know you're filled with passion to join this war, but you must help me. You must recover my honor, and only I can rely on you. I have the key. I will show you how to enter the garden at night and avenge me by his...
It's true, Rosara, that from the moment I met you, I was inclined to do for you all that was within my power. I tried to find the means to recover your lost honor, even if it meant killing Astolfo. An absurd notion indeed. Astolfo proved his goodwill when he intervened in my defense, even risking his own life. So how do you expect that my grateful soul can cause the death of the man who saved my life? How am I supposed to divide my affection for you and my gratitude towards him? I no longer know the purpose of my life, because I am torn between what I have given and what I have received.
I don't have to remind you that the man who gives will always excel the man who receives. I'm asking you to give me back my honor, since giving is nobler than receiving.
I will not kill Astolfo and add more blood and suffering to a country that has fallen to such misfortune. If you wish to take refuge from your shame, there are other ways.
You want me to enter a convent, devote myself to God. If you were my father, I might consider the option, but since you are not, I refuse.
Then what do you intend to do?
Kill the Duke.
A woman who has never known her father and yet so brave.
Yes.
What compels you to do this?
My good name.
Think of Astolfo as
the man who utterly disgraced me.
Husband.
That I swear he will never be.
This is madness.
I know it is.
Control yourself.
I can't.
Then you'll lose life and honor.
Yes, of course.
Why, what do you want?
To die.
You're mistaking despair.
No. It's honor.
It's madness.
It's valor.
It's frenzy.
It's outrage and anger.
Is there no way to curb your blind passion?
None.
Who is going to help you?
Only me.
Is there no other way?
None.
Think. Think. There has to be some other way.
Some other way to ruin myself?
My daughter, wait for me. I'll go with you, and we will be ruined together.
Very good, George.
Thank you, Martha.
Really good.
I'm glad you liked it.
I mean, you did a good job. You really fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most life you've shown in a long time.
You bring out the best in me, baby.
Yeah, pygmy hunting.
Pygmy.
You're really a bastard.
I.
Yeah, you!
Baby, if quarterback over there is a pygmy, you've certainly changed your style. What are you after now, Giants?
You make me sick.
I mean, it's perfectly all right for you, but you can make up your own rules. You can go around like a hopped-up Arab, slashing away at everything in sight, scarring up half the world if you want to. Somebody else try it. Oh,
You
sir.
miserable.
Why, baby, I did it all for you. I thought you'd like it, sweetheart. It's sort of your style. Blood, carnage, and all. I thought you'd get all excited, sort of heave and pant and come running at me, your melons bobbling.
You've really screwed up, George.
Oh, for God's sakes, Martha.
I mean it. You really have.
You can sit in that chair all night. You can sit in that chair and you can humiliate me with the gin running out of your mouth. You can tear me apart all night. And
You
that's
can stand it.
I cannot stand it.
You can stand it. You married me for it.
That is a desperately sick lie.
Don't you know it even yet?
Oh, Martha.
My arm has gotten tired of whipping you.
You're mad.
For 23 years.
You're deluded, Martha. You are deluded.
That's not what I wanted.
I thought at least you were onto yourself. I didn't know. I didn't know.
I'm onto myself.
No, you're sick.
I'll show you who's sick.
All right, Martha, now you're taking it too far.
I'll show you who's sick. I'll show you.
Stop it. Now, stop it.
I'll show you who's sick. You're really having a field day, huh? Well, I'm going to finish you. But before I'm through with
You and the quarterback, you're both going to finish me, huh?
But before I'm through with you, you're going to wish you died in that automobile accident, you bastard.
And I'll make you wish you never mentioned our son.
You.
Now, I said I warned you, Martha.
I'm impressed.
I warned you not to go too far.
I'm just beginning.
I'm numbed enough now, and I don't mean by liquor, although maybe that's a part of the process, a gradual going to sleep of the brain cells. I'm numbed enough now where I can take you when we're alone. I don't listen to you, or when I do listen, I sift everything. I bring everything down to reflex responses, which is the only way to manage it. But you've taken a new tack, Martha. Over the past few centuries or however long I've lived with you in this house that makes it too much. Too much. I don't mind your dirty underthings in public. Well, I do mind, but I've reconciled myself to that. But you've moved bag and baggage into your own fantasy world, and you've started playing variations off your own distortions, and as a result, yes, you have. You can go on like that as long as you want, and when you're done.
Have you ever listened to your sentences, George? Have you ever listened to the way you talk? You're so friggin' convoluted. You talk like you're writing one of your stupid papers.
Actually, I'm rather worried about you, about your mind.
Oh, don't you worry about my mind, sweetheart.
I think I'll have you committed.
What?
I think I'll have you committed.
Oh, baby, you're really something.
Gotta find some way to really get at you.
You've got at me, George. You don't have to do a thing. 23 years of you has been quite enough.
Will you go quietly then?
You know what happened, George? You want to know what really happened? It snapped. Finally. Not me. It. The whole arrangement. You can go on forever and everything's manageable. You make all sorts of excuses to yourself, like, to hell with it. This is life. Maybe tomorrow he'll be dead. Maybe tomorrow you'll be dead. All sorts of excuses. But then, one day, one night, something happens and snap. It breaks. And you really just don't give a damn anymore. I've tried with you, baby. I've really tried.
Oh, come off it, Martha.
I've tried. I've really tried.
You're a monster. You are.
I'm loud and I'm vulgar and I wear the pants in this house because somebody has to. But I am not a monster.
You're
am
spoiled, self-indulgent, willful, dirty-minded, liquor-ridden.
It went snap. Look, I'm not going to try to get through to you anymore. I am not going to try. There was a second back there, maybe just a second, when I thought I could have gotten through to you, when we could have cut through all the crap. But that was the past, and I'm not going to try.
Once a month, Martha. I've gotten used to it at this point. Once a month, and we get poor, misunderstood Martha, the good-hearted girl underneath the barnacles, the little miss whom the touch of kindness might bring to bloom again. And I've believed it more times than I am willing to remember, because I don't want to think that I'm really that much of a sucker. I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. There is no moment when we could ever come together.
Well, maybe you're right, baby. You can't come together with nothing, and you're nothing. Snap. It went snap tonight at Daddy's party. I sat there at Daddy's party, and I watched you sitting there, and I watched all the younger men around you, men who were actually going someplace. And I sat there, and I watched you, and you weren't even there. And it snapped. It finally snapped. And I'm going to howl it out, and I'm not going to give a damn anymore, and I'm going to make the loudest damned explosion you've ever heard.
You try it, and I'll beat you at your own game.
Is that a threat, George? Huh?
That's a threat, Martha.
You're gonna get it, baby.
Be careful, Martha. I'll rip you to pieces.
You aren't man enough. You haven't got the guts.
Total war?
Total.
I wake up with a horrible feeling of dread weighing on me. And it is your responsibility to make me feel better about that. This is what I want from you. I don't want you to have any life outside of me. I don't want you to ever go away or do anything separate. I want you to be with me all the time, and for our work and our pleasure to get so bound up in each other that we are never apart, having nothing uncommon, and being like one person. I want to be you. I will never be happy until I literally become you, until I am negated, blanked out, because everything that was once my individuality has become subsumed under yours, happily, forever. There are so many things that I need to do, so many things, and I am terrified of all of them, of each and every single one of them, and I feel weak. I feel unequipped to handle all of these things, so I want to run away. I want to do something that will make me disappear and make me feel and think nothing other than whatever it is that is making me disappear, which is you. And that is why I love you so much. Because if I can just cling to you hard enough in my mind, I can make myself disappear and become you.